Hi students, problem number 24. A long straight wire of radius A carries a steady current I ampere. The current is uniformly distributed. That means the current per unit area, will be a constant. It is distributed uniformly over its cross section. The ratio of the magnetic fields B1 and B2 at radial distances A by 2 and 2A respectively is, we have to find out which of the following options is correct. Now we have to understand such problems very thoroughly. Okay students. Now let us consider a cylindrical wire. Okay, a wire is a cylindrical in shape. So the area of cross section is circular in shape. Its actual radius is A. So I have shown in the picture. This is the actual cross section, circular cross section of the conductor. Its radius is A. Okay. From the axis of the wire. So from the axis, you can see that this is the axis of the wire. Okay, this is the axis of the wire. From the axis, the circumference of the wire is at a distance of A. Now where will be a point located if its distance from the axis is A by 2? Okay, is A by 2. It will be inside the conductor, is it not? A by 2 is a distance less than the radius of the wire. Therefore you can see here, this is A by 2. So at this point, I will take this point as P. So P is a point which is at a distance of A by 2 from the axis of the wire. At this point P, the magnetic field is taken as B1. Similarly, at a distance 2A, can you see here the distance 2A, which is twice the radius of the wire? So I will take this point as Q. So Q is a point which is at a distance 2A from the axis of the wire, and at this point the magnetic field is taken as B2. So B1, at the point P, the field is B1. So I will take here B1 and here it is B2. So at the 2 points P and Q, which are respectively at distances A by 2 from the axis and 2A from the axis of the wire, I have chosen. Let B1 be the magnetic field at the point P and B2 be the magnetic field at the point Q. So for this I am going to use Ampere's circuital law. So using Ampere's circuital law, according to Ampere's circuital law, closed integral, okay, closed integral or line integral B dot dl, line integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed inside the closed loop. The current enclosed inside the closed loop. So here one loop, smaller loop of radius A by 2. The larger loop is of radius 2A. So how much current is enclosed within the smaller loop and within the larger loop? Okay, understanding is very important. So for that, first I will take this line integral, closed integral B dot dl for the smaller loop of radius A by 2. So first I will write, so integral, okay, closed integral B1 dot dl1. And the angle between these two is what? That is 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. Okay. So this is now equal to mu naught into the current enclosed within the smaller loop. Understand? The current enclosed within the smaller loop. So I will take, for example, I will take the symbol I1. So how much current is flowing only through this loop, inside this loop? Inside the entire conductor, how much current is flowing? You see, it is I ampere, is it not? That is through how much cross section? I ampere is the current flowing through the entire cross section pi a square. So what should be the current I1 flowing through only this smaller cross section? We have to find out. It is having a uniform cross section. Therefore, I will write this one is what B1. Okay, B1 into this closed integral. Okay, B1 into closed integral. I will write dl1, and this must be equal to, or this is cos 0 is equal to 1 already we have written, so I will write only the scalar. So this is equal to mu1 into, so how much current I1 is enclosed by the Amperian loop of radius a by 2, that is equal to current I per unit area. Okay, I divided by pi a square into I divided by pi a square into this pi into a by 2 the whole square, this area. So this is pi into a by 2 whole square is a square by 4. Current per unit area. Okay, multiplied by the area of the smaller Amperian loop, that is pi into a by 2 whole square is pi a square by 4. So this will be equal to the current I1, which is enclosed by the smaller Amperian loop of the radius a by 2. Okay, now this B1, okay, B1 into, so the smaller loop closed integral dl1, closed integral dl1 must be equal to the circumference of the smaller loop. Circumference is what? 2 pi into radius. So radius is a by 2. So this is 2 pi into radius is a by 2. So this is equal to mu naught I divided by pi a square into pi a square divided by 4. Okay, pi a square divided by 4. Now you can see that some terms are getting cancelled. This 2 and 2 get cancelled, and pi a square and pi a square is getting cancelled. So here pi into a is remaining, here 4 is remaining. Therefore, what is B1 must be equal to, B1 must be equal to mu naught into I divided by 4 pi a. Okay, 4 pi a. This is equation 1. So appearing, this Ampere circuital law, okay, which is applied to the smaller loop, the magnetic field B1 at the point P, we have found mu naught I divided by 4 pi into a. The same I am going to apply for the larger Amperian loop which passes through the point Q, such that its radius is what? 2a. So same I am going to follow the same sequence of equations. So this is a line integral B dot dl. Okay, line integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into the current I2. Here you need not substitute mu naught I by pi a square into pi into 2a the whole square, because the larger loop, is it not? See, the smaller loop was inside the conductor, but the larger loop is outside the conductor. So how much current it has to enclose? The same current I ampere flowing through the straight conductor, is it not? Because the Amperian loop is outside the conductor. So how much current is passing through the loop is also equal to the current I passing through the conductor. So that this I2 is equal to I itself. And here, so this is equal to what? Instead of this B2 I will take. So B2 into line integral, okay, dl2 I will take. So this is dl2. So this is equal to mu naught into I1. This is I only. So I2 is nothing but the current, actual current I, which is flowing through the conductor. So I. Now this integral dl2 is what? The circumference of the larger loop. Circumference of the larger loop is 2 pi into radius. Radius is what? 2a. So B2 multiplied by 2 pi into the radius of the larger loop is 2a, and that is equal to what? Mu naught into I. Okay. So B2 multiplied by, okay, B2 into 4 pi a. So this is equal to mu naught into I. So B2 is now equal to what? Mu naught into I divided by 2 pi a, and this is equation 2. So already equation 1 is B1 is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi A, and now also we get the same, B2 is also equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi A. Both are already the same. So what must be the ratio if B1 is equal to B2 means B1 is to B2 must be equal to 1 is to 1. Okay, therefore B1 is to B2 must be equal to 1 is to 1. So here the option A must be the correct answer. Therefore, okay, option A is the correct answer. So once again, I am reminding you, my dear students, the actual conductor is cylindrical and its radius is a, small a. But if you consider one point at a distance a by 2 from the center, okay, the current will not be the same. So that for that current per unit area into smaller area we have to multiply. But when any point you take outside the conductor, a larger loop, ampere and loop, encloses the current I ampere only. So this is the only concept you have to understand. I hope you have understood well. Fine.